All praise due to the Most High, family. We back with another Acres anime review. I just finished watching. What episode was this? Family, I just finished watching episode 3. Season 2, episode 3 of FRIEREN. And, you know, last episode, family, I asked y'all, what is it about FRIEREN that y'all are enjoying? And somebody said it's a slice of life, just with the perfect amount of action. And that kind of explains this episode. Like, I don't need, family, I mean, that's just me. I've been watching so much anime, family. I don't need action throughout the entire episode. I really don't. I mean, I've seen plenty of that. Right? So, what's going on here in this episode of FRIEREN, right? I think, as far as I know, I think we're still traveling to this place called Ende. And these are just the spots that we hidden along the way, right? So we're traveling. And Fern and FRIEREN are both very much desiring to take a break at a hot spring. Ooh, that sounds good. I need a break, family. I need a soak. Let's find a hot spring, please. And so FRIEREN says, hopefully there's one in this village close by. So we stop by a village and they tell us, we don't have one. We don't have one. And so we're left with two options, right? Because this older gentleman that we came across, we come to this village and it's pretty abandoned, right? There's just a few people there. And we mentioned that, oh man, we was hoping we would find a hot spring. And there's not one here. So this older gentleman mentions, he said, oh, well, if I remember right, my grandpa used to tell me about this hot spring in the mountains back there. He's like, but that was 30 years ago, so I don't know. And FRIEREN, because she's been there, she's done that, she got the t-shirt, she remembers. She's like, yeah, she's like, I hit that spring before, but that was so long ago, it might not be there. And it's not really worth the effort, y'all. She's trying to tell us. But Stark is like, why does that hot spring sound familiar? And it's really him that makes the decision like, nah, I feel like we should go. So FRIEREN's like, all right, I'll take you. And so this is where we get our little action, family. Like we making our way into the mountains, but lo and behold, there's a 3-headed lizard, like giant lizard. Stark says, well, it looks like a dragon. FRIEREN says, it's not quite a dragon. But family, it's a giant lizard, 3-headed lizard. And FRIEREN says the only way that we can take this out is if we eliminate all 3 heads at the same time. If our timing is off, it just regenerates and we gotta keep going and going and going. So she says, Stark, I have a plan. Go ahead and run in that direction. And family, like, come on now. Like, Stark was the only one that was fooled. He's the bait. He's the bait. So he's running. And then finally, Fern and FRIEREN take out this lizard. Which allows us, now this was a funny, family, this is what I enjoy about this show, right? It's these small moments like this. So the Fern and Stark are tired after we took out this 3-headed lizard. And we sitting there taking a momentary break. But I'm telling you, family, like, momentary is very short here. I'm telling you, like, 2-3 seconds, and Stark and Fern realize, oh wait, the hot spring's right up there though. So we don't sit down very long. Like, we motivated to find this hot spring, right? Especially after earning it. I thought that was funny. That was like literally no words spoken, no music, no look on anybody's face. It was just for me, family. It was just for me, like, oh, we so tired. I need a break. No, hold on. That spring is right up there. We got 50 feet to go. We right here. I can take a break up there. That was funny for me. We get up there, family, and we get I forget the exact order of events, family, but we find the spring. It's very small. We can only fit our feet in it. We can't sit and immerse our body in it like a bath, right? It's a foot bath. And Stark has a flashback of his master, who again, family, was the dwarf, was the frontliner for FRIEREN when she was with Himmel. And he was telling, now Stark, I don't know how much Stark remembered exactly. Maybe he was downplaying it and he knew it was a foot bath the whole time. And he said, I remember vaguely what it was, but my master was telling me about this sometime. But we get a flashback and his master tells him exactly what it is. He's like, nah, it was a foot bath. It really wasn't worth all the effort that we put in. But those memories mean a lot to me. And that stuck with Stark. And that's what it is here in this moment. Right? And family, that's really the theme of the show, or at least the most consistent one for me, is time is fleeting, family. FRIEREN, of course, is experiencing this again because she lives for so long. She's been alive like 1,000 years or something like that. So it's easy for her to say, it's not really worth the effort. But And remember, family, like the dwarf has an extended, he doesn't have a human lifespan. He lives longer than a human as well. But he said he wouldn't trade those memories for anything. He said those memories were invaluable. So think, if you've got a human lifespan and you've only got this much time to experience something like that, and just his master's words were enough to make him desire to go and see it for himself. Right, that was, maybe I'm reaching, family, but that to me was the significance of Stark wanting to go, contrasted with FRIEREN kind of brushing it off, but then the flashback of Stark's master, the dwarf, right? And he said it was so valuable. Family, time is fleeting. Like, experience is everything. So let's go on an adventure. I don't know. That was to me what it meant. And then now, fast forward, we did get to the next town. FRIEREN's enjoying her hot spring. Fern mentioned, she's been in the hot spring all week. Right? She ain't done nothing else. And Fern's talking about, I'm bored. I'm going to have nothing to do. FRIEREN wants to stay 2 more days, but she's just going to be in the hot spring. I'm bored. Now, this is the other part of what I enjoy about FRIEREN. Maybe it's weird about me that I enjoy it, but this awkward romance between Stark and Fern is just so endearing to me. You know, she's basically saying, like, hey, Stark, not even basically, she literally says, Stark, pay attention to me. And he's playing, but she's serious. He's like, all right, well, if you want so much attention from me, let's go on a date. And she's for real. She just ups and gets out. You know, she's awkward. So she's just like, all right, well, I'll see you tomorrow. In an awkward way, she drops her book. She leaves. And it's funny, this whole second half of the episode is just FRIEREN basically being a parent to Stark and teaching him how to take Fern on a proper date, and then explaining to Fern what a proper date is, or what a date is. And so it's just so endearing, man. It's like these personalities are just fleshed out so much. FRIEREN feels that she's failed as a parent. There's a conversation at the end of the episode. She feels like she failed into her parenting capacity for Fern because she didn't really learn anything new that she likes. She's just remembering everything that Hyder told her about. But Stark tells her, but you remember everything that he told you. And that does make a good parent. And so that was cool, on top of her just telling Stark a game plan for the date. So will we get to see the date? I don't know. But that was the episode, family. Peace and love. All praises due to the Most High.